What is up, guys? Austin here.
And Shane here as well.
Of course. Now, if you guys are wondering where in the hell are Alex, Joe, and Lucas, well, actually, Lucas is our cameraman for the day, making sure everything is in order.
Hello!
If you guys haven't guessed by the title already, this is not the top 10 best and worst movies of 2013. We're filming that next week, but today,
exciting.
Yes, we're very excited about that. Out of, me, Shane, Lucas, Joe, and Alex, Shane are the biggest gamers of the group. We
That's
are.
Right.
And so basically, I did a top 5 games of last year with Alex. I don't know if you guys saw that. We decided this year to do a top 10 best games of 2013, not just the top 5. I want to go all the way and give it a top 10 list.
Yeah, all right.
Now keep in mind, guys, these are our picks for our favorite games.
Yeah. So if it's not on your list, we're terribly sorry, but
yeah, basically the way how they factored us is it's fun factor, replay value, controls, story, graphics, gameplay, everything factors in this thing.
Yeah.
And there are some games you'll not expect on this list. So Shane, do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
I'll go ahead and go first.
All right, now let me get the fuck out of here and then take this chair with me.
All right, so now that Austin's out here, I can go ahead and do my thing.
Number 10.
All right, so for number 10 for this year would be Diablo 3. Diablo 3 was a very interesting game, as you well know, RPG, all that kind of thing. Didn't really stack up very well in comparison to Diablo 2 in my opinion, even though I had a class that I absolutely loved, which was the Demon Hunter. Dual crossbows, what more can you say? Now, but the thing was that the story was a bit lacking, but at the same time, if you overlook that, the gameplay was really fun. I tried out every single other character class, and honestly, I really didn't like the Witch Doctor very much, just not my thing. Everything else, though, super fun. The looting in the game was a bit at first until they fixed it, and the auction house, there was a lot of controversy about all that. It was just a lot of different talks about how it just did not stack up to the other games, and I agree, but it was still really, really good.
Number 9.
Alright, number 9 for me would be The Wolf Among Us. Now, see, the thing is that Telltale Games has a great way of narrating. Their narrative is amazing. The story of this game is quite interesting. It's like as if Fairy Tales was in like a more urban setting where things are more out of the way, they have to keep secret about things. You're playing as the Big Bad Wolf, also known as Big B. You're basically the sheriff. You're trying to figure out different crimes and everything like that, and it's just a very interesting concept. And there's all sorts of different fairy tales in there, ranging from, say, Snow White all the way to the Wizard of Oz. It's pretty crazy. I really look forward to seeing all the rest of them, because only right now, episode 1 is already out. That's the only thing that's out right now. Fantastic game, honestly. I cannot wait to see what else comes out.
Number 8.
Let's move on to number 8 would be Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time. It has been years since they made another Sly Cooper game. They stopped at 3 at the PS2, and then everybody's wondering, where'd it go, and it came out this year. And it was worth the wait. You get to play through Sly's ancestors and everything, go to different parts of time. It was a very fun platformer. Story was really good, characters were memorable, fun. Just the whole game was just amazing. Different types of power-ups, different moves you can do. And playing as the different characters too as well that were like Sly but had different abilities. Super awesome, great idea. I like the whole time traveling idea too. They didn't make it confusing either. It's like not this whole time paradox bullcrap that they always come out with, but it was very straightforward, good story, and I cannot wait for the next one.
Number 7.
Now we're going to move on to number 7. Number 7, Metal Gear Rising. Metal Gear Rising was a very interesting game. Very, very over the top. I would not expect anything less from Platinum Games. Platinum Games has always been known for their over-the-top games. Bayonetta, Anarchy Reigns, all those other games that are just over the top, because they used to develop Devil May Cry 1. Metal Gear Rising was crazy. It was nothing like I expected, because when you play Metal Gear, you're like stealth, espionage. This, you're going in and slashing things up to like 200 different bits. It's crazy. Not only that, final boss battle. Enough said. That guy is so crazy. Now the story, of course, is pretty lacking, but you're not really in for it for the story. You're in for it for the gameplay. The gameplay is fantastic. The graphics are stunning. It's just overall fun, and it's got some good DLC too to keep you entertained, so what more can you ask?
Number 6.
Now for number 6 would be Injustice: Gods Among Us. Injustice was a very awesome game. Now see, here's the thing is, it was made by the same developers who did Mortal Kombat, I'm not too big on their games. I like Mortal Kombat as a whole, but this really blew me away. I was actually very surprised about how well it did. Especially how I was thinking, I don't know how well you can combo into these characters, and honestly, you could really get crazy with them. The story was very good. I played through the whole entire thing pretty quickly, so it's a little short, but it's very satisfying. Online multiplayer is pretty okay. It has its lag sessions, but nothing's ever perfect. And the DLC characters, all great. And that's out of my 10 to 6. Sure.
Okay, I'm back. Very nice choices, my friend. Diablo 3 for number 10, I was not expecting that, nor was I expecting Sly Cooper on there.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I've been a fan of that Sly Cooper for like the longest time since I was a kid, and finally seeing that there was a sequel to the third one after waiting for like 4 to 5 years. Pretty awesome.
You know, I've never played a Sly Cooper game, but I played the demo.
Oh, you're missing out. I should give you the collection for PS3. It's
oh my god.
Good. You're gonna love it.
Alright, so now, here comes mine. Shane, get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Alright guys, my 10 through 6. The order of the games is gonna surprise a lot of you guys. So we're gonna start off number 10.
Number 10.
We're gonna give some love to indie games out there because not a lot of love goes to indie games. My number 10 is Slender the Arrival. You know, I love the original Slender game. I've done a few Let's Plays on my YouTube channel if you guys are a fan of my Let's Plays.
And me.
Yes. I was so excited when they announced the sequel. I got the sequel. It is just as scary as the original. Now, granted, the story is pretty short and it's kind of weak. They had a lot of potential, but the game scared the shit out of me. That's all that matters. I mean, there's this one level, if you guys remember seeing my Let's Play, where this thing was chasing me, this like zombie-like creature was chasing me around. I had the biggest goosebumps and chills playing this one level, more than Slender Man was coming after me. The ending was a bit so-and-so, but otherwise, I mean, it was a great survival horror game. It's so good. I highly recommend you guys check it out, especially if you're Slender fans, such as myself and my friend Shane. But otherwise, that's why Slender the Arrival is my number 10.
Number 9.
And my number 9, I know there's a lot of fans of this game. I mean, people praise the living shit out of this game, and honestly guys, I'm not a fan of this franchise at all, but when I played the 5th one, I actually was blown away by it, and you guys are going to be surprised. I have a feeling that someone will hit the unsubscribe button as soon as I say this, but number 9, Grand Theft Auto 5. This game, you know, I've never been a fan of the Grand Theft Auto franchise, but when I heard that this was going to be taking place in California, and that there's going to be 3 different characters, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll give this game a chance. And you know what? I actually had a fun time with this game. It's fun, there's a lot of things you can do, a lot of activities, but even though it's really realistic, Trevor Phillips is my favorite character of the year besides Booker DeWitt. I love Michael DeSanta, even though I don't like Franklin too much, his storyline kind of annoys me. Not being racist or anything, just saying guys. It's not as good as another game that's on my list that's up there more, but anyways, Grand Theft Auto 5, I loved it. I didn't love it, but it was a fun time. I'm glad I tried it out. Grand Theft Auto 4 was Elder Scrolls Oblivion of the series, and I hate that game. Grand Theft Auto 5 is the Skyrim of Grand Theft Auto. That's the best way I can describe it. But anyways, that's why it's my number 9.
Number 8.
Number 8. Shane had this, I believe, on his number 7. That is Injustice Gods Among Us. This was such a fun game to play. Now, unlike Shane, I am a huge Mortal Kombat fan. I love those games so much. The fact that you can play as Superman and beat the living hell out of Batman, or play as Wonder Woman and beat up Catwoman, or as Flash and beat up Nightwing, Bane, all those guys. It is so much fun to play this game, especially if you're playing, like I play this against my friend Shane all the time. We have so much fun playing it. It's such a fun game. And like Shane said, yeah, there's a bunch of combos you can do. It's insane the amount of combos you can do in this game. And the transition combos, holy shit, those are so awesome to watch. It's just a bunch of fun to play, and that's why Injustice is my number 8 game of the year.
Number 7.
Number 7 now. You guys can be surprised that this is this low because I'm a huge fan of this franchise. To me, it's the Call of Duty killer Battlefield 4. I love Battlefield 4 so much. Oh my god. The moment I saw the E3 demo, not only for the Xbox, for the PC, I was nerdgasming as soon as I saw that skyscraper fall down. It's so much awesome packed into a single package. The way I described it is how it's like Call of Duty is like a Michael Bay movie. No story, it's all explosions and style. A Battlefield 4, it plays like a Steven Spielberg movie. I don't know why, but when I was playing it, there were so many parts where it was reminiscent back of Saving Private Ryan for some reason. I don't know why. The gunplay is so good, the graphics are phenomenal, the large-scale battles are so great. The campaign is actually fun to play, other than the over-the-topness that's Call of Duty. And it's realistic too. I don't want an arcade shooter, I want a realistic war shooter. And if you're looking for that, Battlefield 4 is the game to play. It's such a fun game, and that's why it's my number 7.
Number 6.
Number 6. Now, when I first heard about this game, I was so excited because it's made by Quantum Dream. This one is Beyond Two Souls. This game is so emotionally involving. I didn't beat it per se, but I got about 3/4 of the way through it, so I think that counts anyways.
Yeah.
The game has Willem Dafoe and Ellen Page in it, and my god, these graphics are so beautiful to watch. If you're a fan of Heavy Rain, you'll love this one. I love Heavy Rain and I love this game. I love that the controls are so integrated into the story. And guys, literally no joke, there are certain times within this game you can actually get Jody to commit suicide. And it's the first time I encountered it, I started tearing up. This game just, it hits you emotionally. And there's a part where you actually help a girl give birth. It can be scary at times, it's heartwarming. There's parts where you can get payback on your enemies, which is so gratifying. There's a part of this game that reminded me a lot of Carrie, and I love that movie. It's a near masterpiece in my opinion. It's such a great game, and that's why it's my number 6. Alright, let's get Shane back in here.
Alright.
There he is!
Yeah! I like the list so far, honestly.
Yeah.
I never played Beyond Two Souls, and hearing that,
dude,
it must be emotionally draining.
Dude, Beyond Two Souls, there were so many moments in this game where I was scared for Jody at times.
I'm a little surprised that you put also Grand Theft Auto in there.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna put it on there. I mean, honestly, the game surprised me. I mean,
right.
I've never been a fan of Grand Theft Auto, but to me, this is the Elder Scrolls Skyrim of the series. Fair enough. Yeah, I remember playing it the first one and I was like, you know what? This isn't too bad the way I expected it, but I will admit the soundtrack sucks. Okay. But anyways, alright, now it's your 5 through 2. So anyways,
yep.
I'm gonna get the fuck out of here again.
Yeah, take a chair with you. Alright, so now we're on to 5 to 2.
Number 5.
Alright, so probably not a lot of you, or if any of you have heard of this game, but it's doing fantastic right now. It's a free-to-play, which I know it's like not AAA, but it really should be a AAA title, and that would be Warframe. Now the thing is, there was a previous game before it called Dark Sector that was out, and that was the prequel to it. This one is a full-blown free-to-play game that you can play on your PS4 or PC. I recommend PC because the updates come faster. This game's concept is that you play as a character known as a Tenno, where there's a bunch of different ones out there. Each one has their own special ability. There's one called Excalibur that's specialized in sword fighting. There's one called Frost that can manipulate the air around him and make it into ice. There's just so many different crazy Warframes out there.
I've seen you play, it looks awesome.
Oh yeah, there's you can run on walls, dive, shoot. It's like anything out of like an action movie that you've seen, The Matrix especially.
Oh shit.
So good. And if you love dark sci-fi things, this is it. This is the game for you. I will admit that there's times where if you need to get a new weapon, you have to go and buy a blueprint for it, and then look for the materials. The materials is pretty grindy, where you have to go out and keep doing the same mission over and over and over again in order to get your materials for that weapon or whatever you're looking for. But in the end, worth it. So overall, Warframe, fantastic. I've spent over 300 hours on it already.
Holy 300?
Yes, it is that good.
Number 4.
Alright, now, number 4. Number 4, I have been waiting for this game for the longest time. Sega dropped the ball big time on the US release, and therefore the sales bombed.
Ooh.
Fantastic game either way, and that would be Anarchy Reigns. I have been waiting for this game for the longest time. So I got so pissed off with Sega, I was like, you know what, screw you guys, I'm importing. And I imported the game, came in full English and everything. Voice acting, the text, everything. At points the game's story was a bit lacking. Like, they didn't explain in a couple things. But at the same time, you can just let your imagination figure that one out. The characters, a lot of them very likable. All of them with their own unique abilities, their fighting styles, everything. Now, the game wasn't very focused on single player, but the multiplayer. There's like 16 to 18 different modes. There are so many things you can do with this.
Holy shit.
Now, the thing was, though, is that it didn't really do well as I had hoped it did. In Japan, I don't remember how many copies were sold, but it was not that many. Same thing here in America. After people waited so long, they were like, you know what, I'm gonna move to something else, and it didn't do so well. And that really sucks, because this game is so cool. Alright, number 3. Number 3, there was a lot of controversy about this one. People were unsure about how it would play, but mostly because of the main character. If you already haven't figured it out, I will say now, it is DMC Devil May Cry. Yeah. Or unofficially Devil May Cry 5, but it's not, guys, just saying. It's a reboot. But anyways, It's a reimagining that was done by the same people who did,
Enslaved Odyssey to the West.
Yeah, that one, Enslaved. Their vision of Devil May Cry was very interesting. Very dark. The dialogue was kind of at points because the new Dante is pretty crude. Honestly, I thought he was okay. He was more relatable. Original Dante is just an overall badass. Just so cool in every other way. But Dante is a little bit more human in this one. The whole reboot of him didn't bother me too much. Story? Fantastic. I could not get enough of it. It was very, very good. I'm hoping maybe, even after they said they wouldn't, just maybe they'll make another one.
It sets itself up for a sequel so perfectly.
It really did. The ending was fantastic. Gameplay. Oh my god, I had hours of fun just trying to figure out different combos for each and every single weapon that I just kept playing and playing, and I just, sooner or later, I just found out, oh wow, it's 3 in the morning. But it was really, really, really fun. Even though people were like, I don't like it, because it's Dante, and I'm just like, you know what, forget it. Still great, honestly, I would definitely pick it up.
Number 2.
Alright, now, number 2. Number 2 had me quite excited, because I was looking forward to seeing this after so long, and it's part of my childhood. Without further ado, it is Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix.
Nice.
Now, interestingly enough, the data that they had for the first Kingdom Hearts that they had got lost, so they had to build everything from scratch. So,
really?
Yeah, that's another reason why it takes so long. It's just like how it is in the original game. That's the crazy part. Just as I remember it, only within HD graphics. Just as fun as I remember it, I was just as immersed with it.
It's a fantastic game. I played it myself.
Oh, of course, absolutely. Anyone who hasn't played Kingdom Hearts really should. It's a very, for those who somehow already don't know what it is, it's a crossover between Square Enix and Disney. So Final Fantasy and Disney characters team up, and it's the strangest thing you'd ever hear, but it works so well. Overall, though, this is really cool, because the game also doesn't just include the first game, but it also includes Chain of Memories, which was remade on the PS2 from the Game Boy, and 358 over 2 days, which was a DS title that allows you to play as Organization 13 members. And if you don't know who they are, play Kingdom Hearts 2 or just look it up online. And speaking of which, I cannot wait for 2.5 as well. I just cannot praise Kingdom Hearts enough, guys.
Wow, again, nice picks again.
Thank
Jesus,
you.
well, Kingdom Hearts over Devil May Cry. Wow, I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, because I mean, it's funny because I already know what happens in these games, but at the same time, it's like, that's my childhood.
Yeah, true.
that's Kingdom Hearts was the very first game I owned on the PS2.
Really?
Ever. On Christmas Day.
Alright, 5 through 2 on my end. Get ready to be surprised, guys. Let's get you out of here.
I'm going.
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. I'm taking my chair with me again. Jerk.
Alright. My 5 through 2.
Number 5.
Okay, my number 5. This, to me, is by far the best remoting game I've ever played in my life. The Grand Theft Auto Killer Saints Row 4. Ooh. I fucking love the Saints Row series. Grand Theft Auto, if you think about it, the theme is the exact same fucking thing every single time. It's just drug trades, FBI, and that. Saints Row has actually expanded. They went from being a gang to being celebrities to now them and the presidency fighting aliens. And from what I've heard, Saints Row 4 is the last of the Saints, like this gang in particular, and this is a great swan song for them. It really is. I mean, the fact, and it's customizable, man, mind you, that's better than Grand Theft Auto 5. That's the thing I've always loved about Saints Row more than Grand Theft Auto. You can actually customize your characters. And plus, the voice acting is good. And the fact that you can have Nolan North voice your character, that's pretty badass right there. The weapons are awesome, including the introduction of the dubstep gun, which is one of the coolest fucking guns I've ever played with. You actually fight alongside Roddy Piper at some point. It's a fun game, it's energetic, you can just spend hours flying around Steelport, but Saints Row 4 is my number 5. I love the living hell out of it, and I cannot wait for the next generation of Saints Row.
Number 4.
Number 4, this is a PlayStation 3 exclusive. This is a game that I was so excited to play. Number 4 goes to The Last of Us. This was such an amazing game. This is the last great PlayStation 3 exclusive. It's a zombie game that literally, when I was playing through this game, I was reminded so much of Resident Evil, which was great with, like, you know, Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, and 2 in particular. Just, it's so scary. If you get bitten, you're dead. I mean, like, they show a cutscene and there's even a game over screen. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's a tough game. It's a zombie apocalypse game, and zombie games are like my favorite games ever. The gameplay is great, the story is fantastic, and I cried within the first 15 minutes of playing this game. Oh yeah, it's emotional in the first 15 minutes. It's just one of those games that, you know, if you have a PS3, this is a must-own for every PS3 owner. Oh my god, this game is a near masterpiece in my opinion. It's so good. And that's why it's my number 4. Number 3! Shane and I agree on number 3. It's my number 3. I was so fucking excited for this game. It's my favorite franchise. It is the reboot of Devil May Cry, DMC Devil May Cry. I loved the living hell out of this game. And you guys know that Devil May Cry is my favorite franchise in gaming of all time. I love Dante. Now here's the thing. People are bitching about Dante's altered appearance. That's the point of a reboot, guys. That's the whole point. They're supposed to take changes. It was developed by Ninja Theory, but the thing you guys didn't know is that it was written by Alex Garland, who has written amazing movies such as 28 Days Later and The New Dread. And I love those movies. And he also wrote Enslaved Odyssey to the West, may I add. This game was so good. I love the story direction it took. Dante was a badass. There were many glimpses where you saw the old Dante. Virgil was cool. The story was amazing. I even have a prequel graphic novel which one of my best friends got me for my birthday. Thank you again, Sarah, by the way. It was such a great game. I have played it so many times. I finally bought it after so many months. Now, granted, some of the boss fights are a bit too easy, like the Virgil boss fight at the end. That was a bit too easy, but it was a really cinematic boss fight. And the ending was fantastic. I completely agree. Capcom, what the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously, you had to... Anyways, that's why it's my number 3.
Number 2!
Number 2. Alright, this game, you know, when I first heard about this game, I was like, the voice acting sounded so annoying, especially when I saw the E3 demo of this. But you know what, when I saw Angry Joe review this game, I was like, you know what, I'll give this a shot. My number 2 is Tomb Raider. Oh my god. Tomb Raider to me is the Uncharted for Xbox games. It is so good. Laura's voice actor is so great. It's a gruesome game. And it's basically Uncharted 2, but for the Xbox. And I can actually consider this game better than Uncharted 3. The epic scale to it. Lara Croft is such an amazing heroine. I loved her so much. And it didn't... Fuck you, motorcycle. She didn't come off as a sexy person like the Lara Croft was in the other ones. No, this one was a badass girl who had dignity and fought hard for her survival. And the death scenes are pretty fucking gruesome. And there's this one sequence where you have to go down a river. If you fucked up, you would get impaled through your neck. And I played the multiplayer, it is fun. It plays just like Uncharted 2's multiplayer. I'm not even kidding. I was never a fan of the Tomb Raider games. I played Angel of Darkness on the PS2 and that wasn't bad. But after I played this game, I am now a Tomb Raider fan. And when a game can make you a fan of a franchise, that says something right there, and I hope they make another one because I will be right there hoping on midnight opening to get the game. This is just a game that gamers should own, especially if you're action-adventure gamers. And if you are especially fans of Tomb Raider, guys, check this game out, and that's why it's my number 2. Let's get Shane back in here. Oh, there you are. You're back.
Yes, I am, and I am quite pleasantly surprised with your list. Tomb Raider, I have not played it, but I've seen how gritty it can be. Dude,
Tomb Raider is so amazing. I loved everything about Tomb Raider. I haven't been in it just like The Last of Us. There was just something about Tomb Raider that just kept me coming back to it. The epic scale to it just made my jaw drop. It is really the Uncharted for the Xbox games. I was blown away by it.
That's what it seems like to me.
It's number 1.
Alright, now from what it sounds like, I think we met the same number 1. So if we do, you want to say it at the same time?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Bioshock Infinite. Yeah! This game, oh my god, you guys. Bioshock Infinite. Holy fucking shit!
It blew me away within the first 15 minutes.
Same. Those graphics, especially when you logged into Columbia for the first time, I started getting tears when I was going through it. You know what it reminded me a lot of? Frontierland from Disney World. I mean, we're big Bioshock fans here. Bioshock 1 is a masterpiece. 2, disappointed us a little bit.
A little bit, but not too much.
But Infinite, we were looking forward to this game. We went to the midnight launch, and I couldn't play this sadly on that launch. But the day after I got home and started playing it, I was just blown away by everything I saw on screen.
Oh yeah, it was so good. The graphics and everything, how it's presented, so crazy. One of the best storylines I've ever seen, but unfortunately by the end it got really, really confusing. You have to connect the dots with this one, because by the end, after you're done, you're going to sit there and wonder, what the hell just happened? But the thing is that when I completed it, I powered through the entire thing.
I did not. I took my time with it.
I powered through it, and it was by 4 a.m. in the morning is when I beat it. And after I saw the ending, I'm like, okay, good night. And I went to bed, and I stayed up for an hour trying to figure out what just happened. Like, it just, everything replayed through my mind. That's how incredible it was.
Yeah.
Because you're playing through it thinking that this is something on its own, but then things pieces start to connect with one another, and then suddenly, you really come across a huge realization within the Bioshock universe.
Yeah,
huge.
The ending was like Inception's ending. It was just like, oh my god. I remember the first time I went through that ending cutscene, I was like...
Yeah, that's how I was.
I was like, holy shit. Like, I love the fact that, spoiler alert, they go back to Rapture. As soon as I saw you under, I was like, oh! I was like, no! I started freaking out when I was playing it.
It was so crazy. I was just sitting there just like, no freaking way.
The gameplay is so good.
The gameplay is
the vigors are so fun to use.
Yeah, the plasma, well, as they are known in the first game, are plasmids. In this one, they're known as vigors. Now, the thing is that these new powers that you get in Infinite, not, in my opinion, not as good as the first one, but oh my god, are they fun.
Yeah, especially Murder of Crows.
Murder of Crows, oh.
I also love the Tundra one where you used to wave on people.
Yeah.
And Shock Jockey. The Tundra Wave one and the Shock Jockey were the ones I used the most. But holy fuck, I just loved using a little force push on everyone to knock them back.
Now, as far as also gameplay is concerned, I was a little bit disappointed with the Handyman. Because,
oh, okay.
Now, see, the thing is that they are the big daddies of the game.
I honestly love the big daddies.
Yeah, big daddies.
I know that big daddies, but the handymans.
The handyman were, see, they were pretty cool and all, and they were challenging, but it just did not stack up towards big daddies. Because in the big daddies, you're just like, I want to fight that. When this is just like, I'm obligated to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, still really cool, especially how you can fly, or not really fly, but
the sky hooks.
The sky hooks are so cool.
Shit.
And there's also cutscenes where you're involved in that, where you're on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, it's just going, what the hell do I do?
Yeah.
Oh god, and if you make a run, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth is a fantastic character, man.
Very fantastic, and not only that, you're actually playing as a protagonist who you know what he looks like because it's on the front cover, obviously. And he speaks.
And that's one of the things I loved. A protagonist that actually speaks.
Yeah, and actually has morale.
Yeah.
You don't just choose on his own. He doesn't have a set standard. You can choose different things.
Yeah.
But that's where the ending plays in, and then
oh yeah.
But the main character, Booker DeWitt, fantastic character. Absolutely.
And that plot twist. Oh my fucking god, my jaw dropped.
Plot twists everywhere, guys. Just saying.
It's my favorite experience of the year. I have never been so emotionally involved in a game since. Oh god, it's been such a long time since I played the game this good. Not even Grand Theft Auto 5. Fuck that, for all I care.
Yeah, and it does not stack up to Bioshock.
No, none of those games stacked up to the majesty of Bioshock. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite game of the year, and so is Shane's. And that's why it is our #1. Alright guys, so those were our top 10 favorite games of 2013. For all of you gamers out there, comment down, let us know below of what your favorite games were, either top 5 or top 10. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed our video. He will be back in the first video of the top 10 best and worst. His video will be up January 1st. I hope you guys enjoyed that. But until the next top video, we will see you guys next time.
See you around.
Seriously, do it. Do it. Do it.